People say, well, why are you so bothered about Israel? What is this small state? Why does it bother you? Western civilization is based on the legacy of Athens and Jerusalem. Athens is under great assault always, but it's not actually under existential assault at the moment. What is being attempted by Israel's enemies is the philosophical and cultural equivalent of burning all the libraries of Alexandria. This is one of the underpinnings of Western civilization, utterly, utterly at risk. And not in a sort of metaphorical way where people might use it as a sort of book subtitle, but the real thing. That's the other thing is what people don't realize is that they're all next. This is a revolutionary movement, and it finds its first and most fevered and most flattered version in its attack on Israel. But of course it's anti-American, of course it's anti-Western, of course it's anti-British and anti-European.
I've remarked many times that the problem with this is not a problem for Israel as much as it is a problem for the West. That Israel, if you visit, it's actually, despite all of the internal divisions, and there are many, a pretty cohesive society that actually would like to live, actually has no death wish in the way that the West seems to have a peculiar death wish, not reproducing, not having babies. Israel is the only Western country that has above replacement rates of birth. The fertility rate in Israel is above 3, and that's including areas like Tel Aviv, which is like San Francisco socially, and every woman there is married and has 3 babies. And so it's really not a problem for Israel internally. It is a problem for the West. The basic philosophy goes something like this. The world is made up of victims and it's made up of victimizers. And if you're on the ledger of victims, you're on the ledger of victims not because you yourself have been victimized as an individual, it's because you're a member of a quote-unquote victimized group. And the way we can tell that you're a member of a victimized group is because your group is disproportionately unsuccessful in some measurable way. You're economically unsuccessful, socially unsuccessful. And this means that you must have been victimized by somebody else, particularly a member of a victimizer group. And the real problem that you have when it comes to the Jews particularly is that the Jews happen to be historically victimized and also disproportionately successful. So they tend to blow up the entire structure of this thought. And so the Jews must then be recast into the victimizers in order